Hi, I'm Gizzi and welcome back to Wild Dish. So we've been travelling the world to try and find some of the healthiest cuisines, and today we're stopping in South India. And I've got my very good friend Ravinder Bhogal, who's going to be talking all South Indian food with me and teaching us how to make a mussel dish.
If only we were in South India.
Can you imagine? We're in a very nice apartment in East London though.
Yeah. So I'm making mean moili, well actually mussels moili. Traditionally it's made with fish, and mean means fish, and moili is this sort of interesting story behind the name of the dish. So apparently when India was colonized, there was a colonel's wife who didn't like the really spicy food. So it was her idea apparently to put coconut milk in to temper all the spices down. And her name apparently was Molly, and over the years it's been mispronounced and it's become moili. So mean moili.
That's so sweet.
Okay, Gizzi, so I'm just going to start with a little bit of rapeseed oil. You can use coconut oil, but actually I prefer to use rapeseed oil. It's just a taste thing for me. I mean, they do use rapeseed and oil as well as coconut oil in India, but I just prefer, I think there's coconut milk going in anyway.
Yeah,
I just
it could become a bit too rich, can't it?
Exactly. So then I'm going to go in with these spices. So mustard seeds, about a couple of teaspoons. And you can put in as much or as little as you like. It just depends on your taste. And I'm going to get you to just crush up a few of these in the pestle and mortar, just about 8 or so. I think any more and it kind of becomes a bit dental. As soon as these start to splutter and cough, I'm going to put this in.
What's
and
that?
this
I'm obsessed with this bottle. It's so cute.
I know, isn't it beautiful?
What is it?
So this is called hing or ASAFETIDA, or I'm going to let you smell it and then I'll tell you the other name.
Oh my God, what is that?
Devil's dung, that's what it's also called. So it really stinks, but apparently it helps with flatulence because in India they use so many beans and pulses and lentils, so they need stuff like this. Also mimics the taste of garlic. And this sort of mustard seeds and hing or ASAFETIDA and curry leaves are the base, like the three things that are in the base of every South Indian curry. You know, with North Indian curries, it's like onions, ginger, garlic. This is South India. Okay. This is how you know you're having a South Indian curry. Okay. So I'm going to go in with some curry leaves. This is one of my favorite ingredients.
I love them.
Smell.
I literally love the smell of curry leaves.
And when they're growing, you know,
feel like this. Woo!
That's exactly what we want.
Yeah.
And now straight in with these, actually cloves. I'm going to put those beautiful cloves in. Thank you for those. So nice and oily, all these spices.
They really are oily.
And you can smell that now. That is the smell
of
South India.
All of a sudden, boom!
Isn't it amazing? So in with these onions, which I've just finely sliced into crescents. A couple of onions there, red onions. I always like using red onions, pink onions for Indian food. I just think they're slightly sweeter. And actually when you're in India, you don't really get yellow onions. They're always pink.
Yeah.
And unlike North Indian curries where you kind of brown the onions, these you just want to go translucent. So I'm going to put salt in now and just kind of melting and beautiful in the background and sweet and not brown and rich.
I guess particularly with a dish like this, you actually want a bit of crunch to it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Not crunch, but you know, a bit of
it's
texture.
just kind of melting and soft, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to need ginger, and I'm going to ask you to chop for me.
Okay, amazing, no worries.
Ginger and chili. So I want the ginger in like really fine julienne. And someone told me, the Ayurvedic doctor, apparently, you know, we tend to butcher our ginger with peelers and knives. The best way to do it is with a spoon because apparently all the goodness of ginger is
just
really
under
under the skin.
But that's also the easiest way to peel ginger.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you've not seen it before, you get a spoon, you just peel away at the outside and it comes off so easily. Because I mean, I grew up in Thailand, so I've always used ginger as well with my cooking. But I find that it's the one thing that people sort of think ginger is quite spicy, and it is spicy, but I love it for its acidity as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And one chili just sliced as well, and I like to keep the seeds in.
Yeah, me too. And sliced across ways?
Yes, please, just on the diagonal. Thank you. Beautiful, thank you. So that is the base done, so I'm just going to let those cook down for a little while.
That smells
soften.
fantastic. I know exactly what you mean. I like that smell.
Yeah.
It's just good stuff. It's all
Exactly.
great stuff.
Actually, I'll go in with the turmeric now. So this is powder form, but I really love it in India, especially when you get it in root form. It's really good in juices.
Yeah.
So
it's great because you're starting to see that more in our supermarkets now, aren't you?
yeah, just like things like lemongrass, which you never used to see before. You know,
Just being able to get that in every supermarket.
absolutely. Okay, so that is pretty much ready. I'm going to go in now with coconut milk, and I've got tamarind here, which is really sort of nice and sharp and sweet at the same time. I'm going to put it in here actually, because sometimes if you put it in with the coconut milk on heat, it can curdle.
Okay.
So I'm going to put in maybe about, I'll start with a couple of tablespoons. And
Do you like a product like this, where it's actually been made for you?
I normally at home I would use it in block form or fresh in the pods and boil it down, but you know, for convenience this is great.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go in with this now. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to pop some water in as well.
That's the other thing I noticed about South Indian curries, that they're a lot wetter.
Yes, and I think for mussels it's lovely because you want that broth to be able to sort of drink up afterwards as well.
Absolutely.
And now a bit of sugar just to balance it. And this is soft brown sugar, but in India we'd use jaggery.
Yeah. Is jaggery good with regards to the GI scale? Is it, where does it sort of fit on that? Is it
It's
quite
unrefined and it's really, really good for digestion. I mean, I'm not a nutritionist, I wouldn't be able to tell you where it sits, but I know it's a very pure form of sugar, so it'd be very good for you and extremely good for digestion. Just give that a quick stir, and then I'm just going to let it reduce.
sick?
So I'm going to bring that to the boil, and then I'm going to let it reduce for about 10 minutes. Not too much reduction, just so it thickens up and the flavors settle. I'm just going to have a little peek at this. You can see it's reduced and it smells
Oh my
amazing.
gosh. That's so fantastic.
And I think it's just ready for the mussels, so do you mind popping them in?
So just gonna... And people get freaked out about cooking mussels at home, and they shouldn't at all. They are so easy, and they're a brilliant source of
And so cheap.
protein, and they're super, super cheap, and then really low
Lid
fat.
on. So fast as well, like complete fast food mussels. I'm going to grab some coriander, which I'll ask you to chop up for me.
I love how, again, you're right about sort of ingredients nowadays. You know, before, do you want this quite finely chopped or?
Just rough.
Yeah? Like, is that fine?
Yeah,
or?
yeah. You can use a lemon or a lime. So if we can squeeze it in. So these are probably ready now. What do you think, Gizzi? Yeah, they look ready.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to go in with coriander.
Okay, is that this?
Oh, thank you.
Wow. Whoa. So that's more acidity, so that's going to really complement the...
Yeah,
The
always
tamarind.
good with seafood. And you know, to serve this, you either have rice, or the other thing that you can do is pop in some vermicelli noodles, which is a really nice Tamil South Indian thing.
I
So
did
you
not
have,
know that.
You have like a nice noodly broth with mussels.
Yum, that would be fantastic.
So that is it. It's super fast, super healthy, super tasty, like packed full of flavour.
Pull them out and pop them in the sauce. I hate not having them with enough
But
sauce.
it's good because yeah, you need the sauce. Is it good?
That's so good. It's so delicious and it's so well balanced. You know, you say, you know, you're talking about the sort of salty, spicy, sweet and sour thing, and it's, you know, you've nailed every single one of those things. It's spicier than I thought.
This is food that transports you. Like you have a bowl of this in the thick of winter and you're suddenly in a sunnier climate. It's really, really beautiful.
So we really want you to try this recipe, and when you have, let us know how you get on by commenting in the comments box below. And to see more recipes, you just click here.
And to subscribe to Wild Dish, click right here.
And we'll see you again soon. Bye!